Welcome to another podcast, and thank you very much indeed for listening, guys. I'm Sean from Gaslec, Kent. In this week's show, I want to talk to you about what we do and what's really important to us as a business, and certainly me as the owner of the business, and what we do and why we do it, really. So I'll get onto that. In this episode, I'll be giving you the secret word, and this is to win a £10 Amazon gift voucher. So we've got it here in the office, ready to go. I'll be giving you the secret word somewhere within this podcast, and not a very long podcast, but I'll give you the secret word, and it's usually something dotted around my desk, because I'll look for a secret word, and I'll just look around my desk and I'll find something, and I'll just use that as my as the code word, as it were. So listen out for that. Email us at podcast@gaslec.net to be in the chance to win it, and we'll draw it this time next week. So yeah, and we'll send you an email if you've won. So not a problem at all. But first of all, here's my friend Sean to tell you a bit more about the podcast. Thank you for listening to another Gaslec podcast, the show to help DIYers, new people into the industry, and those who are wanting to expand their knowledge. Each week we'll pick a topic and go into details, and with special guests and listeners' questions answered, we will look forward to some of the conversations. So let's get back to the show. Right, so as I said at the intro, so what's important to us? What's important to us and important to me is really giving back to the community. And it sounds really, really cheesy, but we do lots of sort of sponsoring charity events, helping out some local charities as best we can. We have seen a bit of a downturn, as many industries have. Sort of March, April time, we did notice there was a massive dip in what we was doing. So, financially that does sort of hit us. The more we do, the more we can give back. So, that has affected us a little bit there. But we still managed last week with the football that was on the Euros, and unfortunately England wasn't successful against Spain. I saw that down the club with some friends. I'm not too fussed on football, so I don't get the same sort of emotion towards it as other people do, but for me, I just see it as a game, and that's all it is. I don't see it as this personal thing that some people do. I don't quite understand it. I like my motorsports and my motorbikes and stuff like that, and if I was watching someone on a motorbike and they didn't win, I wouldn't sort of start getting upset and sort of trying to fight other people over it. But I just don't understand it. I'm not that passionate about that sort of stuff. So, so last week the other week we gave away, just for the weekend, two £50 Amazon gift vouchers. Sorry, not Amazon. Morrison gift vouchers. Went down to the local Morrison's, picked up a couple of vouchers and gave them away. So some families can, this is my sort of utopia really. Some families can get together and have a little bit of a picnic, bit of a barbecue in the garden to celebrate and watch the football, and to come together really as a family. So we gave two of those away. So Anthony and Lee won those and got them collected last Saturday, which is absolutely fantastic. So I hope they had a fantastic weekend. Celebrating with those purchases, whatever they were. We've also got an August promotion, and I'll be announcing that on the 29th of July. So even my PA Anne, who works in the office, lovely lady, even she doesn't know about this promotion. So don't even hound her on the emails or the telephones what it's all about. It is proper hush-hush. There's only two people that know about this. So I'm going to be announcing it on across the social platforms on the Monday the 29th of July. And really we're going to be helping two charities, amazing charities that within the Medway towns, children-based, which are Holding On and Letting Go and Shining Stars. Two amazing charities, and we've been doing the best we can for them the last few years, really. So we're going to be announcing something that we can do just to try and raise some more funds for them. So I'm going to be announcing that on the 29th of July, get that done. We've got a picnic on the banks, which is up near where I live, up in the top of Gillingham. They do a big community sort of picnic event that they do across Darling Banks, which is fantastic, and we'll be sponsoring that again this year. I can't quite remember there's a lady which is the main beneficiary of the charity there, and there'll be some other little charities as well which will benefit from it as well as. But yeah, we've got that going on. What else are we doing? Looking down at my notes, we're doing some sponsorship of the Rainham Cricket Club beer festival. That's coming up. Obviously, when I've done this recording, when it comes out, obviously it'll be in the history, but that's coming up next weekend as I'm recording this now. So, the proceeds, I think, are going on to a local children's charity from that as well, or being distributed across a few. So that's fantastic. So really what I like to do is that, as I said before, that it's really, really important for me that we do give back and we do things, and it does feel right. I'm not a rich man, never will be, never want to be. But all I can do, I will, and it does. When you see the effects, when you go in and you see the effects that just relatively small donations, really, and small efforts that we give to these charities, and what such a big impact it does make for their services and what they do for other families that are going through some awful times. It's quite humbling, really. So when you see that and you're standing over a couple of bob or whatever you're doing. And you're seeing this amazing work that's being done, you feel quite small, really, for what these people are doing. So, I absolutely take my hat off to you guys. I couldn't do it myself because I'm just not strong enough. So that's our charity stuff. So moving on. So in the last few weeks, we've had a massive influx, really, of calls of. I've got a gravity hot water system, or a system hot water system, heating hot water system, where we've got a pump and a 3-port valve or a couple of 2-port valves, and I'm putting the hot water on and the heating's coming on at the same time. So typically these water valves, they're sorry about that, my watch is beeping away. These water valves, they close, and if you've got a bit of dirt in the system or it's a bit old, typically it's the dirt. Of a non-clean heating system, and this, what it'll do is it'll actually hold the valve slightly open, so when the water's rushing round to go through your hot water cylinder, you'll get a bit of a creepage going down the hot water, down the heating pipe, down the flow pipe, and usually it's the first local radiator start warming up, and that'll be the one that you'll start noticing, whether it be the bathroom rad or a hallway rad or wherever it'll be, but you'll notice that they're starting to they're not cold anymore, starting to warm up a little bit all the time. The hot water's on demand, and the simplest way to that is keep your heat system clean, keep on top of your inhibitors, keep on, get some water sampling done. We can do that for you, that's not a problem, but keep on top of that. Make sure your magnetic filters in on your heating system. That'll help catch some the debris, stop the water quality breaking down, and then we can use that as a dosing point for the chemicals and for sampling as well, for water sampling. So just make sure you keep on top of that. And please remember, I know we've entered the warm months now. We've been waiting ages for heating to be turned off. We must turn your heating on every now and then, maybe every 2 weeks, 3-4 weeks. Just turn your heating on for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, just to get it circulating round, just to move the water. Make sure you don't turn off all your radiator valves because they will get stuck in the down position. And when you get to the first cold snap, you turn them back on and all the springs are stuck down. So just make sure that we just keep on top of that. And that will then reduce the amount of call-outs that we do get within that first sort of cold snap that we have sort of towards the beginning of, obviously, the winter, sort of September, October time. So, obviously this creates a lot of work for us. So it sounds like I'm doing my own legs here. But honestly, if we can just try and plan things and do things correctly, we just sort of sort out these unnecessary calls, really, that can be prevented. So and obviously keep on top of your boiler servicing. That's a big thing for us. So we can notice any sort of small niggles, anything that start to fail and break down. We can sort of get nipped in the bud, pumps that don't work or going crusty or whatever else, but we can get onto that. So the key word for the Amazon £10 voucher giveaway is speaker. There we are. So get that emailed, podcast@gaslec.net. So what do we really do as a business in plumbing and heating, M&E, whatever you want to call us, what we really do? Well, you boil it down to the bare bones of it all, I suppose. Doesn't matter what the box looks like, doesn't matter what the thing is. Almost everybody wants reliable heating and hot water, and having that confidence and that peace of mind, knowing when you need it, it's going to work. And that's really what we do. So whether you've got a heat pump, whether you've got oil, whether you've got LPG, whether you've got solar, whether you've got solar PV, solar thermal, whatever you've got that comes in as an energy source to give you hot water and to give you heating, whatever it is, you just want to know when you want it, you push a button and it works. You know how it works, and you've got confidence it's going to work. And that's what we do here at Gaslec. So I am passionate. I'm recording this at 10 to 8 on a Monday evening for next week's show. So, I was up this morning at 4 o'clock. So this for me is a passion, really. So I've gone through all my admin. Now I'm going to record the podcast for you guys, get it edited and get it loaded up for next week. So that's really, I'm really sort of passionate about what we do and delivering on our promises to our customers. And when things don't go as smoothly as, or plan, goes to plan, we'll see it through. Not a problem at all. We've had some jobs recently sort of go over on time, and the jobs we haven't started yet, we haven't started because we need to get done what we'd started to do. So we're not one of those that are just chasing continuously, and we have all these part jobs on. I'd rather, unfortunately, let one customer down and they go somewhere else, which is a shame, but people have their own prerogative to do that, and get the jobs done and dusted and satisfactory and people are happy, rather than doing bits of this and not finishing this and not finishing that and trying to please everyone. And all you do is you don't please anyone. That's the truth. And that's my experience in business. And I've been in business now, 21 years. So I've been around this sort of industry. So I'll go through my life history on another podcast, but yeah, so I've been around customer service and dealing with stuff where it matters to me. If you upset someone and they don't pay, or they delay in paying, it affects me and affects what I can buy at the shops for my family and pay my bills. So so it's important. I've learned a lot over the years. So I'd rather get jobs finished than trying to keep chasing and starting the next one. So I'd rather put one off for a few days than let someone down and have bits of this and turn up for a couple of hours like the old general builders like to do. They come in for a couple of hours and off to the next one, and a couple of hours there and off to the next one, a couple of hours there. I don't like that. Obviously, there are some times when you don't have a choice and things are drying or bits and pieces, but by planning, and that's what I like to do. So there we are. So another podcast. Thank you very much indeed, guys. So you've got the key word, the secret word. So get that emailed in at podcast@gaslec.net, and you'll be in your within. Put my teeth back in. You'll be in the chance to win the £10 Amazon gift voucher. So if only one person emails in, you're going to win it. If two people email in, it's 50-50, and you're going to do the maths from then onwards. So any topics you wanted me to talk about, any people that you'd like to try and get on as a guest speaker that knows some bits and pieces that might help you guys, email us in at podcast@gaslec.net. Get that done, get that over. I've had a few people and they've turned out a little bit shy for coming onto the microphone, but all we do is we just sit and have a chat, and I just record it at the same time. And I'm not here to make anyone look stupid or foolish. It's not that sort of thing. So we can do clever editing, if you slip up, and I don't really want to do loads of swearing on the podcast. But people that know me know that I swear like a sailor, but I do really bite my tongue. Probably that's what I say. I'm a lot, to be honest. But anyway, guys, it's coming up for 14 minutes now, so I'm done for another week. Thank you very much indeed for listening, and all those people in America, howdy. I think that's what they say in America. Anyway, take care, guys. Thank you. Bye.